Hello and welcome to Miner Plays a Random Game. So let's go. This one is Salt Marsh. Same settings as before. Hard difficulty, random civilization, so I'm Japanese. Enemy Chinese, Li Shimin, and there he's red. And green is Turs. At Caesar Quaresmian. Quaresmian? Yeah, I think that's right. And it's on hard difficulty as well. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, this is Salt Marsh, and the idea of Salt Marsh is you essentially have large pieces of land with lots and lots of shallows. Now these shallows, with this little dirt patches around here, unfortunately stop you from building on these patches. So you almost got to treat them. I suppose ice would be just another example. So you can't build anyone there. You could build a tower here, and then you could build a market there, for example. But you can't really do much else. And this is another problem: walling. Because there's so many entrances to your island, you have to wall round all of the shallows. So I'm walling around. If I start from here, I thought it would be a good idea just to go up to this part here, this wood patch here, cut through here, and I've got through here, so I've got this covered, and then I've got this stone wall covering this part here, and then I've got the final part here. You can help with these salt patches. I mean, I don't know whether you'll be able to get over there, but I reckon a ship possibly could get across that. And if I were to build a dock here, I could send a ship all the way down here, and it would get in behind here, and you could get in here and just attack all their buildings, and cannon galleon may be able to get that town centre. But the same here as well. I mean, I can get across. I can't quite go across there possibly, but if I was able to get in here, I could take out that barracks, this barracks, and there's lots of. So ships can be useful. I mean, you can see if I was just they're just continuing around here. But if I were to follow some of these ships around, I mean, they're just going around here where people can go. I mean, I suppose that in that respect, that's not similar to ice, because ice you can't have the ships going on. Yeah, that's right, I can't remember. Anyway, as the same with rivers, I decided to put a castle here to help take out any boats here, because this is the sort of T-junction, as it were. I mean, anything here, any ships that tried to get through, and from here, would just get taken out here, so I unfortunately get that. Oh, that galley's still doing well. Anyway, the castle, I will soon get heated shot, I believe, if I can get them as Japanese. But I'm creating my own ships here, and I've got lots of fire ships to help take out all of these ships here. And one thing these ships can do is when they're going across all these shallows, they'll be able to get rid of anybody that tries to cross the shallows themselves. So I've got plenty of ships here to help take out. Got plenty of ships here to docks to create more ships to be able to take out enemy ships. And if you're as AI, if you're playing AI, they're not very good when it comes to walling. You just saw that mangonel just wheel past. I don't know what the right word is. But be careful of your castle, because I've already gone down a quarter health, and I don't really want it to go down too much more. And fortunately there's gold mines here. So in terms of resources, you're not going to be doing too badly. I mean, you've got plenty of wood patches here, and you have your stone, you have your food, you have the gold. But if you have a look at the map, how much I've explored, I haven't explored much. I mean, I haven't really explored up here as well. Actually, there's not really anything up here anyway. Just one fish. Yeah, just one fish. But I haven't seen really where the enemy is. I'm just repelling all of their attacks, and I've got some elite cannon galleons here. So I'll be able to take out any docks, and I'll be able to use the shallows to go in, and I can get rid of that, quite possibly this town centre. Our stable is going anyway. And there you go, you can see that village just went, and this one's going as well, because the ships can get it from inland, and it was wanting to cross here. So that's quite useful. And yeah, I did say that you can just walk past it, so you don't need to worry too much about that. And there we go, that's him gone. But yeah, you can just walk through there, for example. I've always found that funny. So anyway, this one I remember being quite difficult to defeat the enemy with, because, I mean, yes, you can approach in from many different directions. I mean, I could approach in from here, and, oh gosh, actually, I wouldn't be able to before there, but I would soon be able to get through here. But, you know, I could approach here, 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 round here, here, here. But then, of course, the enemy can do that as well. I mean, I'm not really at too much of an advantage here. So unless you get a really good map, you've got to be careful that all the ways in are being barricaded off, and you haven't accidentally left one place open. And just be careful about all the different paths in. I mean, if we have a look to see what's actually looking around here, I mean, I haven't got much visibility here. I mean, I know there's not much. I mean, I don't even know about this gold here, which would soon be very useful. But, you know, I should have some towers along here. I mean, I've got this tower, this castle, these docks, which will provide a bit of line of sight, this castle, this watchtower. And they'll be able to see all around here, so I can see all these people on the sidelines here. And I can see them walking in, and you can see all these people here. But fortunately my castle will get rid of the most of them. And yeah, I can see quite a bit of red here as well. I mean, I suppose I have walked in here, and I am taking out red anyway. Crikey, I didn't actually realise I was taking out red, and I've done the majority of red. I suppose these trebuchets have done well. Yeah, fortunately as Japanese I can get Katapuruto, which means trebuchets pack and unpack a lot quicker. Oh, that's red resigned. Yeah, they pack 50% faster, I believe it is. So let's slow things down a bit. I mean, unfortunately, when it gets towards the end of the level, and there's, you know, people scattered around here and there. I mean, you'll see in this one actually. I remember the ending. I had to get spies in order to see where the enemy was, because the enemy can just sneak by. I mean, they could, for example, I mean, the enemy managed to build a stable here, just by walking across here. And you know, they've got a lumber camp here, chopping down all this wood. Let's see. So I've got lots of light cavalry. Yeah, I tend to do that. I tend to get lots of light cavalry. And here comes my cannon galleon. And what's my fog of war? Yeah, I haven't seen everything yet, but I'm just taking out all these buildings because I never know what to find when I come around the corner. I mean, am I going to find another castle like I did here? Or will I find some more military buildings, or will I find some houses? And there we go, I've got spies. And so you can see, I mean, green hasn't come over here, but I suppose if it was a real person, then they might have done so, because of course, you know, a bit of gold here, some gold here, some gold here. In this case, the only thing they've left is this market here. I believe. Oh, and that stable. But I think I get the stable first. Bye stable. And then I realise I have to get this market. I mean, yes, the enemy can get away quickly, but of course you can get there in about the same time as well. So in terms of things that you've got to be careful about in Saltmarsh, and things to use to your advantage, make sure you wall off absolutely everything. There's so many different entrances and exits, and you don't want the enemy secretly coming in through one of those entrances or exits without you realising. I would highly recommend, I know I didn't quite hear, but I would highly recommend building lots of towers. Oh dear. Here they come. Lots of towers around the outside, because with the entrances and exits you will get attacked from many different directions, and you want to at least have towers or even castles protecting those entrances and exits. I mean, that one... Actually, no, that one wouldn't have been that bad. Can't quite get through there. And yeah, this level's going to end soon. What else? Ships. Create quite a few fire ships, because the enemy will, most likely come at you with fire ships themselves. But I've got castles here, kind of protecting my docks, so that's, oh, there we go. So that's not a problem. These docks shouldn't get destroyed too much. And yeah, search around and see if there's any gaps that you can get through. I mean, for example, I can get through all the way here, and I can sneak around and enter the back of the enemy here. I mean, you can see where the buildings were, and so if I could approach in from this direction here and attack their weak spot, that could be useful. But of course you need to make sure that you haven't left any spaces open for weak spots yourself. And I believe that's as much as I can say on Saltmarsh. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.